Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Luke Monster, and today I'll be reviewing the Star Wars Black Series RC-1140, better known as Fixer. Fixer is a member of Delta Squad, and this figure is a release part of the Black Series Gaming Greats line. I'm a huge fan of the Gaming Greats line, and I'm really glad to be getting more of Delta Squad. After Fixer, we only have one left, and that is Scorch, and I cannot wait to get all of Delta Squad completed. Anyway, taking a close look at this box, we do have one of the last plastic-free packaging figures for Gaming Greats, which is a shame, but he does look great in the box here. It is unfortunate that once we do get Scorch will be in plastic-free, meaning that we'll get 3 of the commandos in the plastic packaging and 1 in plastic free. So it's kind of a shame that they won't all match up, but it's not the end of the world. Showing the side of the box here, we do have that amazing mural artwork. I absolutely love the spider droid in the background, looking super cool, super menacing, and I absolutely love how that turned out. Flipping it around to the back, we do have the bio. You can pause and read it if you would like, but this is number 13 in the Gaming Greats line, and we do have that amazing Republic Commando logo right there, as well as that exact same piece of artwork on the box, on the back of the box there. So anyway, let's just go ahead and get this guy open, see what he looks like. Alrighty, so we do have Fixer out of the box, and he is looking amazing. Fixer is kind of like the tech of the group if you're looking at it compared to the Bad Batch. If you guys didn't know, Bad Batch is heavily influenced off of Delta Squad. And so yeah, if you're comparing the two, Hunter is obviously Boss. The Sniper, Sev, is of course Crosshair. Wrecker is Scorch, and Fixer is Tech. And that's one thing I really like about Fixer, is that he kind of has those qualities of Tech without being in your face. Bad Batch is really exaggerated versions of Delta Squad, and that's one thing I like about Fixer, is he has all those good intelligent qualities of Tech without being cocky in your face about it. And that's one thing I really do like about Fixer. Anyway, let's go ahead, get Fixer off of the spinny stand, and take a closer look. Alrighty, so taking a closer look at Fixer here, I really do love how this guy came out. He is on that Hunter body, which has been very controversial, but I did do an interview with the designer who created it, Eric, and he's of course from the Hasbro team, and he pretty much said that we would never get Delta Squad unless it was on this Hunter body. And so it's one of those where if we had to get Delta Squad, and the Hunter body is the only way to get it, I'm perfectly fine with that. I know it's not accurate to the game, but it's actually very accurate to the Clone Wars TV show, which is their only form of canon. And so because of that, I'm actually really happy with how this came out. I am not a huge fan of the plain white chest. I know in the game he did have a mainly green chest, so it's interesting to see that they left that all white. I'm not really sure how he looked in the Clone Wars, because you never really see him in the Clone Wars. He's there, but you don't get a good shot of his armor, and so very interesting choices, but I think overall it looks amazing. They did great with some brand new molds. I gave him a brand new mold for the helmet with this little antenna piece on the ear right there, looking great. And then of course we did get a brand new backpack for this guy as well. Really loving the look of this fancy backpack. Looking great. It does come on and off if you would like. But yeah, it's looking pretty cool, and I do love the silver accents right here as well. Anyway, taking a close look at articulation, the head is on a ball joint, so you get a ton of range of motion. You can go all the way around however you would like. Arms can go all the way up into a T-pose if you would like, which is pretty cool. And then they also do go all the way around as well. The shoulder pad here is on a little O-ring inside of the shoulder socket, and so because of that, it can spin along with the arm, which is pretty cool. It does get well past 90 at the elbow if the backpack doesn't fall off in the process. But yeah, great articulation for the elbow. The Hunter body really does have good articulation. That is one thing that I do like about it. And then at the wrists, he does have a horizontal at one wrist and a vertical at the other. Looking at the ab area, ton of articulation, just another ball joint right there. Then going down to the legs, his leg can kick out all the way, and then he does get a lot of range at the knee as well. Unfortunately, the knee pad is on the top of the thigh rather than the knee, which is unfortunate. I know a lot of the new clones do have that problem, so I wish they would go back and fix that, but I'm not sure if they ever will. And then last up for articulation, he does have pivots at the ankles as well as rockers. Very stiff articulation, and again, if the backpack doesn't fall off, but yeah, pretty good. It's stiff, but that's honestly a good thing because then you don't have loose joints where your figure is falling over a lot. He stands up pretty well. Next up, taking a look at the blaster. This is a pretty cool looking blaster. It is sculpted very nicely, but I talk about this with all the Commando figures. It is the same one that comes with all of them, and it is just absurdly small. It's way undersized, and it just looks kind of funny when the Commandos hold it with how just small it is to begin with. For comparison, I do have a resin printed accurate version that is to scale and what it should look like, and as you can tell, size wise, side by side, the one on top is much bigger. It's not even close, to be honest, and like I said, it just looks kind of funny because you got these big bulky Commandos with little itty bitty rifles, and it is a little unfortunate. I really wish they would update them and make them much bigger because it just looks kind of funny, and they look so much cooler with a larger rifle. Next up, for comparisons, we actually do have the 3 members of Delta Squad we already have in the line. We are still waiting on the 4th and final member, Scorch, but of the 3 that we've got so far, these 3 are looking great. By far not the best figures in the Black Series that we've ever gotten. They've definitely got their flaws, but they're looking a lot better now that we've got 3 of the members together, and I think it's going to be really cool once we get the entire squad completed. But yeah, I'm really happy with how these turned out, and like I said, these have been dream figures of mine, so I'm just grateful that we've got them in the line. And then I did think it would be pretty cool to get them in this really nice action shot. It's going to look a lot better once we get Scorch in there as well, but for now it is looking pretty cool with the trio. Like I said, really love how these guys came out, and I cannot wait to complete the squad. And then last up for comparisons, there were a lot of Phase 1 and Phase 2 clones in the game, both on Geonosis and Kashyyyk, so I thought it would be really cool to include both of the Black Series Phase 1 and Phase 2 clones in the comparison as well. I know Fixer does interact with quite a few of them, so like I said, it'd be pretty cool to include them here, and I think they look great together. Anyway, that is probably going to do it for all of the comparisons, but yeah, Fixer is looking great. But yeah, overall, I am absolutely loving how Fixer came out. I do really love the updated helmet and backpack that is accurate to the game and the Clone Wars, so it's really nice to get those finally in the line. They are brand new molds. Would have wished the blaster was bigger, and I wish they would have, used an accurate body, but those are some of the parts that I you gotta give and take, I really wanted this figure, and if this is the only way that I'm gonna get it, like I said, I'm happy to get it. They're some of my most desired figures in the line, and I'm just really happy we're getting them. But that being said, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I think this is a great figure for what it is, but there are some flaws. Like I said, the Hunter body's not great. The paint on the chest is missing, and then, of course, the smaller blaster. Still an amazing figure, but like I said, I gotta cut off some points where they are needed, because, like I said, it's not perfect. But again, that being said, I still absolutely love this figure, and I do highly recommend it to any Clone Wars fans, Republic Commando fans, or fans just looking for a pretty cool figure. But yeah, that is going to do it for the review. If you did enjoy, the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.